Tricia, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, as part of our series on the community, we just like to talk to people that are doing some really good stuff in the local community. And you live in Hawthorn, so which is part of the Mitcham community.
Yeah.
You weren't born in Hawthorn, were you?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was born in Gravesend.
Gravesend. Now, where is Gravesend?
Gravesend is in Kent.
In Kent.
And it's very famous
Is
because it was the place where Pocahontas died.
Oh,
and
really?
Was buried. Yes. So we won't talk about Hawthorn. We'll talk about Gravesend.
Well, I think you journeyed here via the Netherlands.
I did. I came here from the Netherlands, from The Hague. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, Marie, my wife, as you know, has got a bit of Dutch blood in her.
Yes.
We love the Ollie Bollen at New Year's.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. You're in Hawthorn. Why Hawthorn?
Well, when we first came here 7 years ago, we rented a house in Springfield.
Oh, lovely.
And we put our it was nice. We put our children into local schools,
yes.
And then we felt part of the community. So when we had to leave that house, we were very, very sad. We wanted to stay locally, and we found a house eventually to rent, another house to rent in Hawthorn.
In Hawthorn, yes.
So we were I think we were homeless for about 3 months because we were just holding out for the right area and the right house. And so it was very, very difficult, but we just loved the area so much, we just wanted to stay, and we were so lucky when we found the house, and so we jumped in there straight away before anyone else got to view it.
So you got stuck, yeah.
And then when we came to buy our own house, when we managed to sell our house in the Netherlands, and we could buy our own house eventually 2 years ago.
Because the market wasn't great, and I think there was a underpass being built under your house?
Yeah, we found out 2 weeks after we bought the house that they were going to build a motorway.
A motorway?
Road tunnel underneath the house.
Under your house?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
So we spent a long time looking at houses in this area, and we loved this area, so we wanted to stay. And once again, kept thinking, will we find somewhere? And eventually we found somewhere.
And I know you did flirt a little bit with the hills, but you came to your senses.
Yeah, we had a real estate agent who advised us that this was the best area. I can't tell you that now.
And since you've been here, it's been a good move?
Yeah, the kids love it here as well. It's so convenient as well, so they can get into the city. And my daughter's at uni, she can get a bus from literally outside the house. And everything's so local and central. So it's really good, really close to Mitcham Shopping Centre. So
and
it's great.
And Colin works from home, but he can get into the city when he needs to visit clients.
Oh, it's so close to the city. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, you've just got the train down the road as well.
Yeah, I mean, I run into the city sometimes, if Cameron's playing soccer on, in fields there.
And you run into the city?
It's not very far. It's only about 6 kilometres. Yeah, it's not very far.
Okay.
It's not very far. Yeah,
so that's a new meaning to a short run into the city.
Yeah,
you actually do run. You do actually run.
Well, I don't actually run. I jog very slowly. Yeah.
And what you do is work with kids with varying degrees of learning difficulties around dyslexia. Is that correct?
Yes. Can I just stop you there and say dyslexia is not a learning difficulty?
Isn't it?
It's a difference.
Okay. Well, there you go. I've learned something straight away. Well, that's good because you get these preconceived ideas, don't you, about
Yes, there's lots of myths as well.
And I guess just the basic research I did before I spoke to you, see that kids get in trouble at school because they're considered lazy or dumb, or they end up in fights because other kids are making fun of them.
Yes.
When it's just how their brain is sort of just operates differently to ours.
Yes.
So
to people who aren't dyslexic, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right, correct. So hopefully I will learn a bit here, and hopefully the people will learn a bit. So how did you come to being involved in this pursuit and in this practice?
Well, I was a primary school teacher for a long, long time, and I didn't know anything about dyslexia. So I've been teaching children with dyslexia for years, and I didn't know anything about dyslexia until my own daughter started school, and then she presented with lots of learning difficulties in the classroom because she couldn't keep up with the other students.
So other kids that you taught in the past, you thought maybe they just needed some extra help, or you weren't sure what was going on?
I was oblivious. I was completely oblivious. And I can look back now on all those children, and I know exactly the ones who had dyslexia and how I failed them. I failed them. Because I didn't understand. Because I was never taught. I was never taught when I was at college. I was never taught.
Wasn't part of the curriculum.
Yeah, and I wasn't taught how children learn to read and spell. And these are really vital skills that all teachers need to know because it's rocket science.
Yes.
But I wasn't taught, so I didn't think it was important. So then when I came to teach my own child, I didn't know how to teach her.
No. And then you thought, okay, there's
I've got to learn.
some problems here that I need to solve.
Yeah, and I was very lucky because I was a teacher myself. I was able to train. So I did my training in the UK.
Yeah. So there'd be a lot of frustrated parents.
Yeah.
If they haven't got someone like you, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
And there is an association.
Well, we've got Dyslexia SA here now, which is excellent.
So that's a really good resource for parents.
It is.
And obviously, hopefully the school is around, some solutions as well.
Yeah.
But that's a good resource you'd suggest.
We're working hard. Yeah, we're working hard with DCD as well to bring about change.
Yeah. Okay. And so you just went on and did some further training.
Yes, I did. Yes.
And that ended up with a PhD.
No, I haven't got a PhD.
You haven't got quite that far? So I'm not
shouldn't
be calling you doctor?
No, you can if you want to, though. It sounds quite nice. Dr. Trish.
Dr. Trish?
No, I've got a master's in specific learning difficulties because I got very interested in dyslexia.
Yeah.
And then as a teacher, I thought, well, okay, that's fine. I understand dyslexia. But what if a parent comes to me and their child has a different type of learning difficulty or difference?
Because it's all just lumped into one sometimes, doesn't it?
So I won't be able to understand their particular problems.
Right.
So I needed to then, increase my awareness and my understanding. So then I had to study more to gain some more.
And I guess it's like anything, that's an ongoing thing. You don't stop, do you?
Oh no, I'm still studying now. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still learning now. I'm still doing PD and courses and
Yeah. And you find that, and obviously that every child is different. So it's really not the case they have to come in and do a set curriculum with you? Is it you just assess what they're doing?
Well, I do follow a program actually. I follow a multi-sensory program because we know the best way to teach children with dyslexia and what they need.
Right.
So I follow something called the Dyslexia Institute Literacy Program. So it's a program that's been specifically designed for teaching students with dyslexia. Yeah, so it is a program. Yes.
And what would that include?
So it's multi-sensory, so it's kinesthetic as well. So if you have a weakness in one modality, then you can compensate by using all your senses.
Okay.
So, and it's sequential. There's lots of children with dyslexia have difficulties with working memory. So we need to make sure there's loads of overlearning built into it. They have to develop a sense of metacognition, so learning about how we learn. So if we learn about how our own brains work and how we learn best,
so we
can then transfer those skills to other areas, thinking, well, how did I do that in this particular instance? Now I know how to do it in that particular
So you're
instance.
equipping them with some solutions
skills that they will transfer.
Yeah.
So they can work independently.
Yeah. Because that's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And they can develop, they can develop to be whoever they want to be. They can develop their true potential.
Yeah.
Because often in school they can't.
And that's right, and that's where it's just a misunderstanding, isn't it? In a lot of instances that they think a kid's lazy or they're just not trying.
Yeah.
And it's, as you said, when you didn't know really about it, you feel as though you let some kids down.
Yeah. Definitely did. Like when you have dyslexia, it's not that you're lazy. You're working about 5 times harder just to get to the same point.
Just to get to the same point.
And then to be told, try harder. Yeah. You can imagine what that's
like. And it'd be so disheartening, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you stayed up all night doing your homework and you're still struggling.
Yeah. And kids can often have difficulties with processing speed, so it takes them much longer to get things done. So, for example, if the teacher expectation is that they finish a certain amount of work in a lesson and they don't do that, then to be kept in at recess, so you're being punished, to be kept in to finish, or to be given extra homework, you know, when they're already working really hard to try and keep up with the other kids.
Makes it tough.
It's really hard.
So how you take a step forward, and if a child has been diagnosed that this could be an issue and is an issue, are the schools sort of set up to help them once that happens?
Well, unfortunately, in not all instances.
Yeah.
No.
So it's the same as it's funding and all training and all this sort of stuff.
It's very, very complex.
Yeah. So there's people like you then that do it externally.
Yeah.
Where parents bring their child.
Yeah. They will bring them to me during the school day.
Yeah. Okay. And that's really when you see the kids during.
Yes.
So they have time are set aside
yeah.
to be able to come and see you.
Yeah, and most schools are very accommodating, so they're very happy for parents to do
Fantastic.
that, which is a great thing. Yeah, they appreciate the importance of
Yeah.
it, so that's really good.
No, that is good. And then
I work with a lot of schools as well.
And so you get referrals from the schools?
Sometimes from other parents, you know, from psychologists or speech pathologists.
But if your child did have an issue, where's the starting point? How do you go about working it out?
Unfortunately, it's down to the parents a lot of the case. And I always say to teachers, listen to parents, because no one knows the child better than their parents.
Yeah, because if the parent knows that they've been doing their homework and really trying.
Yeah, listen to parents. There generally is an issue. If a parent thinks there's an issue, always listen to parents. Yeah, because they're the starting point. Yeah. Yeah.
And stepping ahead again, there are some really successful people that have dyslexia, whatever that, because as you said, it can affect people in a lot of different ways too, can't it? Yeah. But there's been some really successful people that got through it and doing amazing things. Yeah,
yeah, it's not related to intelligence at all.
No.
And they often think that it's the
I didn't bring that with me, that fly, just a bit. Yeah, so if a parent had some concerns, what should they do?
I'll speak to the teacher, first of all, raise my concerns with the school, with the teacher. And then I would go to, personally, if it was me, I'd go to Spelled, which is on Portrush Road. Where they've got great resources there, and they're very, very helpful. We have got Dyslexia SA, so we're very lucky now. When I first came to Adelaide, we didn't have that.
Didn't have that, okay.
No. And there's some great advice out there. We've got social media, go on those pages, Dyslexia Support South Australia, Dyslexia. You can ask any questions, get
interact via
there's a little metro group here, an Adelaide Metro group that meets about every 6 weeks in PAC.
Fantastic.
And there's little talks for parents, information sessions.
To help giving it and just pointing them in the right direction.
There's lots, lots of help and support out there. It's just knowing where to find it.
Yeah. Because obviously they find an expert like yourself, but I think you were saying earlier, it's an education of the parents.
Yeah, we're the advocates for our children.
Yes.
We're the people that have to advocate for our children. Yeah, definitely.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We love having you in Hawthorn because you're just around the corner from us, and you invite us to parties every now and again. We're still waiting to actually have a party that we can invite you to.
Yeah, I didn't actually think about that.
Yeah, I know, we're very bad hosts. But thank you, and the work you're doing is brilliant.
Thank
and
you.
Obviously, there's lots of resources, hopefully, that parents can look into out there.
Yes.
And Dyslexia SA Dyslexia SA is a really good resource from people hopefully can tap into, and I'll put their website link at the bottom of the video so people can check that out. But thanks, Trish. It's been a pleasure.